Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Colonial Clash Racing Series fires things off for race number 6 this season. Tonight, for the first time, these drivers will be turning left and right at the Roval here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Woodard Automotive 100. Here tonight, around this 2.25 mile track, 14 turns, the way I count them. It all depends on how you count them. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave, bringing you all the calls from the track side. And as qualifying has opened up, nobody has yet hit the track just yet. Will we see the man that put the field on notice last week able to back up his first podium of the season with a victory here at the Roval? Fast and happy hour, the 21 of Thomas Smalling. He's going to be the driver we keep an eye on. Chris Medford also with a fast time in happy hour, but nobody putting in a time lapse just yet. I have to wait to see how it all goes down, how it all shakes out. And as these drivers begin to lay down some time lapse, we will get them to you. So we'll get that track information out of the way for just a moment, as we're about 3 minutes into this 8-minute qualifying session. Drivers are definitely going to have to get on it pretty quickly here if they're going to want to put down a time lap. So I tell you what, with nobody on track, why don't we go ahead and jump into some of that official business? Why don't we go ahead and jump to your championship standings coming into tonight, race number 6 with the Colonial Clash Racing Series Racing Truck Series. Christopher Medford leads them all by 4 points over Brandon Medford. Troy Radford going to victory lane last week at Darlington Raceway. He closed to within 7/10 of a second. 7 points. I apologize. We haven't got racing yet, so Radford not able to have any tenths just yet. Mark Parkhurst, how about that? Inside of your top 5, Nathan Eastep, Cody Giles, John Garrett, Brendan Pamitat up inside of your top 10. Juan Jimenez jumps out of race control, jumps on the track, puts a win in his back pocket, and he's inside the top 10. Tyler Woodard from Woodard Automotive, your title sponsor here tonight for the race, rounds out your top 10 drivers in the championship standings coming into tonight's race with 5 races in our back pocket. 30 points back is Woodard. It gets a little hectic as you get a little further down in that championship standings fights. You can see Thad Failer, Zachary Cleek, how about Kelvin right there mixing it up as well. Brandon Pike not far off of that. James Hoot looking to turn things around here tonight at the Roval and maybe make up a handful of points and get himself inside the top 15 in the overall point standings. And as we took the opportunity to run down how everybody's shaken out after the first 5 races of this season, we've got a handful of drivers putting in their time lapse. So what do you say we go ahead and get that over to the left-hand side of your screen? There you can see we talked about him. We said he was fast and happy hour, and he's going to go right to the top of the board, back up that 1:22.38 in happy hour with a 1:22.08 here tonight to snatch the pole position away. Christopher Medford, Brandon Pamitat, and Troy Radford round out your first 2 rows. Over 20 trucks in tonight's field with just about 3 minutes remaining here in qualifying. So these drivers are going to have to get on it and get on it fast. Doug Wasaki made the trip to the track here tonight. So the 34 Chevy Silverado going to look to have a solid night himself. Looking around the track, we're not seeing anybody out there on the track at the moment, so it looks like Thomas Smalling safe for the time being, a 1:22.08, 1.4 seconds ahead of Chris Medford. But that's only one lap. We've got 45 laps around this Roval here tonight. Some drivers going to be tested lap after lap. This is definitely one of those tracks that you're ill-afforded to lose focus. You can't have a lack or a lapse of judgment at any point in time throughout tonight's race. Keeping it on the pavement, very key. The infield, very technical, very tricky. And braking zones also very big. You got to be careful not to get the tail end of the truck out sideways too far. Although we have seen a little Tokyo drift action out there in happy hour. Thomas Smalling, one of those drivers testing the limits, looking like a drift car through the final few corners of the infield there, I believe, right around turn number 7 and 8, where these drivers rejoin NASCAR number 1. Smalling kicking the truck sideways in happy hour, and, well, when you got speed, you got time to play around. Not playing here in qualifying, though. Thomas Smalling going to take the quick time in the pole position. 1:22.08, starting from the front row. After a podium last week at Darlington, Thomas Smalling looks to back things up, put a few extra points in his back pocket. Final 30 seconds remaining in qualifying, and that's going to do it. Nobody else out there on track, so nobody else going to improve their time, and Thomas Smalling walks away with the pole position. And with that being said, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, head trackside for the national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof
And we come back trackside after the flyover as drivers line up through this final front stretch chicane, the final few corners of the Roval. Get ready to roll off and get things underway here tonight for the Woodard Automotive 100 in the Colonial Clash Racing Series. These truck drivers, some of the biggest, baddest truck drivers you'll find on the iRacing.com platform. iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. And I tell you what, right here tonight, you're going to be treated to a special race. We're going to see some road course racing at its finest in these trucks. The 21 of Thomas Smalling leads them all, and he's going to get ready to roll off of the starting grid, and we'll get ready to kick things off here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. You can hear those bells begin to ring in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Woodard Automotive 100, snatching the pole award and walking away with the top spot inside row number 1. Your pole sitter, the 21 of Thomas Smalling. Chris Medford right to his outside in row number 2, the 48 of Brandon Pimitat, followed by last week's race winner inside the Lucky Finn Project 94, Troy Radford. Spencer Teal, Mark Parkhurst make up row number 3, back inside row number 4, the 42 of Thad Failer, and just to his outside, the 55 of Nathan Estep. Brandon Medford and John Garrett round out your top 10. John G. and Bryce Boer back in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight in the Woodard Automotive 100 from Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Roval. Inside 13th position, 84 of Tyler Rex. Brandon Pike in the 62 machine will start just to his outside, and 14th back in row number 8, the 77 of Tyler Woodard, the 65 of James Oot. Cody Giles, Guy Clem making up row number 9, row number 10, 47 of Dustin Franklin, and rounding out your top 20, the 22 of Juan Jimenez. Douglas Saki out of Falcon Motorsports rejoins us here tonight for the road course. He'll start inside row number 11 in that 21st position, just to his outside. Anthony Thurber was scheduled to start tonight's race, but Thurber's still in the garage area. We'll have to get one of our pit road reporters down there to try to figure out what happened to Thurber. Here we go. Field. Ready to go. Green flag racing this time around. Handful of drivers electing just to keep it on the high side. And here we go. These truck series drivers will bring it through 3 and 4 behind the pace car for the first time here tonight. What could be the only time here tonight, as local yellows only here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Road course racing rules apply. So unless there is a huge melee, we will keep this thing green flag all night long. Getting ready to drop the hammer in the Geico restart box. Get ready to roll, and away we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from the Roval, and Smalling already out to a 3-truck advantage. Tight little battle. We're going to go ahead and watch this battle up over the hill. The 20 of Spencer Teal trying to make some moves. Everybody through corner number 1. Turn 1 clean and clear here, so the big trouble spot seems to sort itself out. A lot of drivers hitting those turtles. You're going to have to watch it. You don't get turtle soup out of that thing. Bryce Boer, big trouble. The 77 goes around. Tyler Woodard has got to get going once again. And we got some action here through the beginning portions of this infield section. Looks like Cody Giles has had some trouble. Tyler Woodard Also smoking in that 77 machine back at the front. Thomas Smalling checking out already. 0.3 of a second advantage over Brendan Pamitat. Pamitat battling with Christopher Medford. Troy Radford right there in fourth. Thad Failer under fire right now. The 42 has got the 20 of Spencer Teal all over him. How about that 23 truck? Parkhurst still inside the top 10, running in the 7th position. The Circle B diecast 55 of Nathan Estep right there as well. Running in 9th, Brandon Medford still inside the top 10. And John G moves up 1 position. He'll take 10th from John Garrett. So as your top few drivers begin to set sail and begin to build some of these gaps, we're going to take a look back here. Let's see what happened early here with Bryce Boer. He had some trouble. Let's go back and check out, see what happened to this one machine. There's the 10 to number 1, and he's just going to run wide and into the outside wall, and that's going to spell trouble. The 7 gets into him. 77 gets spun around as well. So Tyler Woodard just kind of a victim of circumstances. The 65 of James Hood also has some trouble. Take one more look at it here. The trouble is going to come just in front of that 77 right here off of the corner, and really nowhere to go. The 84 luckily misses it, and oh my gosh, that was a big hit. Big hit for Woodard. And we're going to jump back live once again with your race leader. There he is, Thomas Smalling, and well, already almost a 2-second advantage working lap number 2. So these drivers, man, you're going to have to do something fast, because if Smalling gets out, he going to be gone. Brandon Pamitat running in a solid 2nd position, going to grab that 2nd spot away from Christopher Medford. No off-track moments there for Medford, so a tough little stretch there on lap number 2. Pamitat was able to run him down and get himself by and begin to walk away. A 1.3 second advantage already now for Pamitat. All your top positions have got some gaps, but what has happened to the 42? Some trouble for Thad Failer. He's going to go a little bit slow here. He's going to give up at least 1 position as he now drops back to where he started tonight's race from, in that 7th position. Nathan Estep right behind him. Juan Jimenez inside the top 20, inside the top 5, qualified in 20th. What a run here. I'm telling you, this guy, don't sleep on Jimenez. I'm telling you, week after week, we've seen it so far this season. His qualifying efforts may not be the greatest, but he's got the pure racecraft. He's got it, because he always manages to work his way up through the field. And here at a road course, it may be a little bit more challenging, because you got to pick those passes and where to really take those advantages of being a little bit quicker. Sometimes you might catch a driver at the wrong time and just have to kind of wait behind him. Oh, and there you go. Jimenez is going to miss that first left-hand turn of the backstretch chicane, and you seen what it did to his momentum. Had to check up hard onto the brakes to make the right-hander, and he's going to give up a ton of time now to Dustin Franklin, who's out to 1.5 seconds in front. Meanwhile, front of the field, leading the race, walking away with the pole position, and walking away from the field at this point in time, lap number 4. And he's got himself a 3.6 second advantage. And as things begin to stretch out here on lap number 4, we're going to go ahead and throw the track map up for you. What do you say? Let you follow along, find your favorite drivers, just like we do right here. Car numbers all out there on the track, so if you know your favorite driver's number, which we hope you do, you can find them right there as long as you can see it. You got a handful of drivers kind of all over each other. Parkhurst, Teal, Failer, Estep, all running right there with each other. I tell you what, let's go to that battle. Let's go to this 4-truck battle, your biggest battle on the racetrack. And there you can see them all checking up to get into the backstretch chicane. Nice and smooth for everybody in this little 4-truck train. losing a little bit of ground through the final front stretch chicane. Right there was the 42 of Thad Failer. Nathan Eastep going to get backed up just a little bit, as well as now Parkhurst and Teal trying to pull away. They opened up a 1.2 second gap over Failer right now, so maybe a little tire strategy maybe coming into play for a handful of these drivers, maybe deciding at this point to try to take it a little easy, switch things up as far as the tires and fuel strategy is concerned. Drivers will have to make at least one pit stop here tonight to make it to the end of the race. So the official race distance, 45 laps. We're already working lap number 5. Looking around the track, let's go over here to the 23 of Mark Parkhurst. The BJ's Berkeley and Bentley. 23 Chevy Silverado sits in the final spot inside the top 5. A little bit of front end damage on that 23 machine. Spencer Teal looking for a way around, but can't quite get that Pro Cup racing experience. Sponsored a number 20 up and around Parkhurst for now. Teal will remain in 6th. That Failer has since shaken off Nathan Eastep and begun to close down these two drivers in front. We do have a handful of drivers that have already been to pit road. How about Cody Giles, Tyler Woodard, James Oop, all on to pit road already. Oop, off of the lead lap. Some big time trouble and damage for him. Was on pit road for quite an extended stay on about lap number 3, and he has since lost 2 laps here tonight. And I'm telling you, we're gonna, I can't stress this enough. This is absolutely lights out performance right now by this 21 machine. Just hands down, lightning quick, fastest in the field, without a shadow of a doubt. Thomas Smalling, lap number 6, and he's got almost a 6-second advantage. I mean, that is a second a lap that he is putting on second place. You can look over there on that track map right now, just above that David the Cave logo, and you can find that 21 already crossing the start-finish line. You can see not very far off in front, Tyler Woodard. He's going to be in danger of falling off of the lead lap here. I would say in about another lap or 2 at the most. That 21's going to close into the back end of Woodard, and he's going to have to fight to keep himself onto the lead lap. Woodard had early trouble here tonight on lap number 1, working his way through the final few corners of the infield. Some trouble for Woodard. He's since hit pit road. It was able to keep himself on the lead lap, but for how much longer, I do not know. Less than a half a lap behind. 34 of Doug Wasaki is your race leader, so Wasaki looking to have a little bit better of a race here tonight. Unfortunately, not panning out in his favor. The 34 could have sit in that 19th position. Oh, and Jimenez has trouble a moment ago. Juan Jimenez with some issues. I tell you what, let's check the replay here. We got it already. Ooh, a little bit slideways through the corner. Yeah, there it is. There it is. The tail ends of these trucks going to get awfully light, especially through some of these technical corners. If drivers don't play them out just right, Jimenez is going to give a spot up. He's going to have some more issues. Trouble right there for that 22. Can Juan get it righted and head back up through this field? Made a good jump through the field and through the running order, but now with trouble finds himself back in 18th. As Thomas Smalling begins to walk the dog here tonight at the Roval, let's go back to a battle on track. How about we check out this 46 of Chris Medford. Medford trying to run down the 48 of Pimitat, who is just off in front. And don't be mistaken, Troy Radford right there behind him as well inside the top 5. The 94 Lucky Finn Project Chevy Silverado sits right where he qualified, right in that 4th position, working lap number 8. Down the backstretch and into the backstretch chicane goes Pamadant Smalling, already working his way through NASCAR 3 and 4 and 2. That front stretch chicane. And I'm amazed. I'm shocked out of the speed shown by that 21. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, lap number 9, and he is working himself on a 7.5 second advantage. And that's not just being fast for one lap. I mean, that's fast lap after lap after lap. Bryce Brewer having some more trouble here on lap number 8. He's going to have a little bit of a problem. He'll get it straightened out and headed back in the right direction. We'll stay green flag racing. Just a quick local yellow through that corner. As we continue to watch this battle for second. Brendan Pamatad with a great run so far here tonight in the Woodard Arnold Motive at the Roval here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. But Chris Medford looking to spoil the party. He's going to try to take that second position away, as now 4th place runner Troy Radford beginning to fade into the background once again. Radford last time around ran a 1:25.54. To the man in front of him, a 1:25.31 out of Chris Medford. Medford going to have a sniff to the bottom of the racetrack, not going to pull it off just yet. He's going to stay in line for the time being. The 48 of Brandon Pamatad will lead him into the NASCAR chicane. To the front stretch we go. Cross the start-finish line, lap number 10 now underway. Oh, no trouble for Nathan Estep. Estep going to lose a handful of positions. Let's go. Check the replay. Do we got one of that one? Can we find a camera view? Yeah, we got one. Let's go to the replay here. Nathan Estep in that Circle B diecast machine having a little bit of trouble. And on to the brakes late. They're going to lock up. He's going to slide through that backstretch chicane, keeping it out of all of the walls. Very important here. So Estep will be able to continue on about his business here tonight in that Circle B diecast number 55 machine. Great run so far for him. Qualified 8th, running 8th, but the 83 of Brendan Medford right there. And where did he come from? John G in that Eurotech 41 machine. That Chevy Silverado looking clean and clear here tonight around the Roval. Jump on board for just a brief moment here with John G as he's trying to run down that 83 of Brandon Medford. Medford hot on the trail of Nathan Estep. These are all positions inside of the top 10. Going to continue to try to look around the track because Chris Medford hounding Brandon Pamatad at the front of the field for the moment. Let's jump back up here to this battle as we go on board with the American Cancer Society Chevy Silverado, piloted by Medford. You can see a little tail happy out in front. Is that 46 or 48 of Brandon Pamatad? And as all 3 of these drivers begin to come back together, you got to wonder who's going to be willing to push the envelope. Taking a look around the timing and scoring, your race leader, your pole sitter here tonight, Thomas Smalling. Last time around, half a second faster than the field. A 1:25.25 laid down by Smalling. Next person in line, a 1:25.75 ran by the Lucky Finn Project driver Troy Radford right there running in 4th. So Radford has got some pure raw speed here tonight, but just not quite enough as this latest time around the track. Let's see who's going to go faster, and, well, about a half a second faster again is Thomas Smalling, a 125.92. He stays a sub 126 here. Only driver to turn in lap time lower than a 126 this latest time around. So, again, we're probably going to say it until we're blue in the face here tonight. Thomas Smalling absolutely lights out here at the Roval. He tried to warn you. He tried to tell you last week. The man tried to tell you. He tried to warn you that he liked the Roval. He liked road course racing. And, well, if you didn't know, you know now. Back at the front, leading the race, yarding the field, walking the dog on a Sunday drive. There you see that 21 on the bottom of the racetrack. Going to make a pass now. I believe that's going to be the 37. Yes, it is 37 Safe Flight Machine. Followed by Guy Clem. He's going to put him a lap down. So your latest victim going to leave us with just 15 drivers left on the lead. Lap 1, Jimenez not too far off in front of him. Jimenez over a second. Over a minute, I apologize, a minute off of the pace. Just a handful of seconds to be honest from falling off of the lead lap. And that is just a testament to how quick this 21 of Smalling is. I mean, almost 11-second advantage over second place, which now belongs to Christopher Metford, because he's going to grab the spot away from Pamitan, as Pamitan has a little bit of trouble. Troy Radford going to close in to within striking distance of that third position. Let's go back, watch this battle. We've seen the field stretch out for a moment, but now a handful of these positions are starting to accordion back together. Second, third, fourth on the racetrack, all within about, I would say, about a second and a half of each other. Christopher Metford, Brandon Pamitat, and Troy Radford all running within a second and a half of each other, all battling for those final two spots on the podium, because Thomas Smalling has checked out with the top spot over a 12-second advantage. Now, back to Radford. That is absolutely on fire. Let's go around the track. Let's go a little further in the running order. Let's go back here with the 55 Circle B die-cast machine of Nathan Eastep. Running in the 8th position. Trying to run down the 83 was 1100ths, or just over a 10th. Off of the tail end of that 83. And I tell you what, we haven't went on board yet here tonight. Let's jump inside the cockpit of that Circle B die-cast 55 of Nathan Eastep, trying to chase down Brandon Metford. Thad Failer not very far off in front of them. Failer going to run a little bit wide, setting up for that final right-hander. The inside carousel here, final right-hand corner. These drivers going to make a double left-hander, back out onto NASCAR number 1 and get fired up and around the corners. That's a little bit of a ride through the infield here tonight, on board with that 55 of Nathan Eastep. Let's jump back to yet another battle here tonight. Let's go back here with Spencer Teal. The Brew Cup Racing Experience sponsored Chevy Silverado running well early here tonight. Has since had some trouble and dropped to 13th. He's now going to look to the inside of Cody Giles, trying to take that position away, and going to do so by the time they work their way off of turn number 2. It's going to be a race to the backstretch chicane. Give it to Teal for the time being. What will Giles do? Will he try to pack it down into the corner? No, not going to do so. 23. Damage on the front end. The 1776 Motorsports Berkeley and Jensen 23 machine has got to get things going. The front end damage The arrow, not the greatest, but you gotta try to get away from Teal. You gotta try to put a little bit of distance between yourself and the drivers up behind you. Let's jump to another battle. Let's jump back up here between E-Step and Medford. This has been brewing for quite some time. Medford still in that 5th position as Nathan E-Step tries to take it away. Juan Jimenez with some more trouble here tonight. Guy Clem also gonna have trouble. And we got a pit stop. We've got our first green flag pit stop here. Christopher Medford gonna pull it to pit road. The 46 Chevy Silverado ducks to get some fuel and tires. As we watch this battle continue to unfold on our screens, let's go back for a second. Let's find out what exactly happened here with Guy Clement as he had some issues. Let's check out, see what happened to the 37. Safe light machine with some trouble, gonna run wide contact with that outside. Oh, almost killing it on the inside. That looks eerily similar to an incident early here on lap number 1. Drivers were able to recover from it. 37 has done so as well. So let's jump back up with the race leader as he makes his way through the backstretch chicane. Or makes his way to the backstretch chicane. Sorry, that's the exit back to NASCAR 1. Getting close to the halfway point, we've got more drivers to pit road. Tyler Rex, Cody Giles, and John G. all going to come to pit road, and a handful of more drivers going to lose a lap here tonight. John G. actually going to lose a lap. Cody Giles, Tyler Rex, all the drivers on pit lane going to lose a lap. Troy Radford electing to come to pit road this time by Brendan Pamitat, going to move back into second. Chris Medford, what's he going to do? Is he going to stay out on track? 46 has lost a ton of ground and a ton of time, as we've seen off in the distance, just out of our peripheral. The 83 of Brandon Medford and Nathan E-Step still going at it for that final spot in the top 5. So I tell you what, why don't we go back here? Let's take a look at this. And Nathan E-Step going to get the nod for that 5th position out of the Zoe's place. 83 Chevy Silverado, piloted by Brandon Medford, going to pull to pit road this time around. Troy Radford just now making his way off of pit road, and he's going to be able to keep himself in front of E-Step. So the quick guys able to make their pit stops and get back rolling and get back up to speed without losing a lap, without falling too far behind. And there you can see some big trouble through turn number 2. 2 and 3 really right there for E-Step. A little bit of trouble on the setup of turn number 3, and then even more trouble compounded down the exit of turn 4. Exits 8 and back onto the oval portion of the Roval. And Nathan E-Step holding that 5th position. Thomas Smalling and Brandon Pamitan going to give up those top 2 spots to head to pit lane this time around. Christopher Medford still running in 3rd. He made his pit stop on lap number 15, and he is back up to speed and maintained his position. For the moment, Troy Radford still back and forth with Nathan E-Step rounding out your top 5. And Pamitat going to lose that position now to Christopher Medford. There's the American Cancer Society 46 of Medford. He's going to take over that 2nd position, but now Pamitat going to have fresher tires. And really, I mean, I don't want to say tires aren't important, because fresh tires are always better than old tires, but here at the road course, it's more about being smooth, getting that rhythm. As absurd as that may sound to some of you drivers out there, places like Martinsville, Bristol, And some of those smaller tracks where you get in a rhythm on throttle and brake, throttle and brake. You're not necessarily using markers like you would on the big mile and a halves and at the road courses. Braking markers, very important with road course racing, but smoothness, nice and easy, and getting into that rhythm of back and forth. Left hand, right, left. Just the nice, smooth, calm coolness pays dividends when it comes to road course racing. If you're all over the track and you're deep into the braking zones and hard onto the brakes, you're going to wear your brakes out way too soon. You're going to have some massive lockups, some flat spotting of the tires, and things just aren't going to go well from that point on. And typically we see a handful of, you get behind a little bit, you start driving a little harder, a little deeper into the corner, and when that's what caused the problem, it's just going to cause even bigger problems as we get closer to the halfway point here tonight, leading every single lap inside of that 21 Chevy Silverado, walking away with the pole position here tonight as well. Thomas Smalling putting a whooping on the boys here tonight in the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Absolutely lights out. 11-second advantage over second place. Smalling is almost in Kannapolis. That's how far off and far out in front he is. Jump back on the track to one of the few battles shaking out amongst, or on our hands here, I should say, amongst two drivers, John Garrett and Cody Giles, going at it for 11th and 12th on the speedway. Fort Worth screen printing a 66 truck of John Garrett, looking to keep himself out front. We'll have just 25 laps remaining next time around, and John Garrett keeps that 7 at bay for the time being. We're going to stay right here with this battle, as it is your only battle on the speedway. Only battle for position. There goes the 7 down to the bottom of the racetrack through NASCAR 1 and 2. He's going to take that position away. How hard will Garrett drive it into the corner? No tire smoke at either one of these Truck Series drivers. A little bit on the turtles there for the 7. That's going to push him wide for the second portion of the chicane. He's able to corral the truck and keep it headed in the right direction, but that could have been a big-time moment for that 7. If you remember, Giles caught up and involved in that lap 1 incident, so for him to turn things around the way that he has, absolutely stellar performance. Time to go. We're 20 deep into tonight's Woodard Automotive 100 right here for the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. If you haven't already, race fans, a lot of great racing action so far through the first 5 races of the season. You're watching race number 6 here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the great racing action they provide week in, week out. We've got a driver with trouble. We'll see if we can get that one queued up on a replay while we finish out this lap riding with Cody Giles. But if you haven't already, show these drivers that love and appreciation, and go ahead while you're here, while you're at it. Hit that thumbs up button. Call your friends, text them, FaceTime them. It doesn't matter how you get a hold of them. Tell them, come and check out some great racing action here on the Turn 3 Racing Network each and every Wednesday night, the 1776 Colonial Clash Racing Series. And a handful of drivers with some trouble back on lap Number 19, let's go back here and check out and see what happened to Jimenez. Heavy right front damage on that 22 machine. The Toyota Tundra has seen some better days, and it's just going to come around on him there. We've seen that be a trouble spot for a handful of drivers. Let's check out, see what happened here with Doug Wasaki. Wasaki getting into the corner. Looks like maybe just getting back on the gas a little bit too quick in the Falcon Motorsports. The 34 machine goes around. We've got yet another problem on the track for another driver here. Dustin Franklin, his first big time incident in that Fort Worth screen printing 47 machine. Oh, it's just going to loop around on him as he gets ready to set sail back into NASCAR 1 and 2. He's going to give up not 2, but 3 positions on track with that trouble. And that right there, race fans, that is a perfect example of what we were saying earlier in pre-race about keeping it on the pavement. One mistake, one little mistake. I say a little mistake. He slid for about 3/4 of a second, but he gave up over 4 seconds on the track. And look at this 21 just continue to pick him up and lay him down lap after lap. He is still sub 25 seconds. Never quite crossed over that 126 lap time. And with the fresh tires, he is back in the 124s. I am telling you what, wow. Absolutely amazing. Great drive by the 21. It's all but said and done. Unless he steps on his own feet here, he's going to walk away with the checkered flag in hand with a fair amount of ease. So let's jump back here with this battle. Race leader just put both of these drivers 1 lap down, and the battle going to dissipate a little bit as Dustin Franklin has some trouble, and he'll lose some ground to the 66 of John Garrett. Garrett going to take over that 11th position, dropped 1 spot during that green flag pit cycle. Still running very well here tonight, though. Inside of that Fort Worth screen printing 66 machine is John Garrett. We're going to take a look around the field once again. We've had 2 retirements tonight. The 65 of James Oot and Bryce Brewer both out of tonight's race, so they'll finish 21st and 20th. As we continue the house cleaning here, with 22 laps remaining. We apologize for the throat clear right there, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Chris Medford right here running in that 2nd position. Troy Radford right behind him in 3rd. 21 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 19 out there on the track, but only 12 left on the lead lap. The 47 of Dustin Franklin, last man on the lead lap, while Tyler Rex, the original Rex, first driver 1 lap down in that 13th position. So a great night here tonight for Tyler. And I tell you what, while you're at it, if you want some in-car perspective from a handful of these drivers, you can check them out over there on Twitch. Just type in Rex the Original. You can get an onboard camera shot. Take a look at how Tyler Rex is getting around the track there. You can see him making his way into the backstretch chicane. We've got a handful of other drivers with some streaming going on right now. You can find out what John Garrett's doing inside of that Fort Worth screen printing 66 machine right here from the Roval. And how about the man that is not feeling too comfortable? John G in the 41 machine, also out there on his Twitch channel. So a big shout out to all of those streamers. Putting it out there for all the fans to get an in-truck perspective of how things go down and how it all happens. Let's jump back here with the 2-truck battle as we head off of the tail. Oh, and trouble for John Garrett into the outside wall. Wow, big hit right there for Garrett. That all but brought that 66 to a stop. And you can see the rear end moving a little bit. I do believe something maybe broke with that right rear. Big, heavy, hard hit with the dead parrot. Fort Worth screen printing. 66 of John Garrett back at the front. Thomas Smalling continues to stretch his legs and compound that already amazing race lead. Closing in on drivers inside of the top 10. Cody Giles, now the last man standing on the lead lap. He's sitting in that 10th position. Dustin Franklin gonna go down one lap. He'll sit in 11th. Forget about where's turn 3. Where's second place? He's right there. Christopher Medford running in second. 15 and a half plus seconds behind your race leader. That is, man, that's crazy. Back on the NASCAR 1 goes your race leader, and look how much longer this 46 is going to be until he hits NASCAR 1. That is what 15 and a half plus seconds looks like to race fans. It feels, it looks, it seems like an eternity. Well, depending on who you are. If you're the 21, you're loving every minute of it. If you're that 46, you are, I don't want to say you're not a happy camper, but you're not too impressed with the speed of the machine right now. No damage on the 46 of Medford to slow him down, so that is just raw pace in speed at a road course, keeping that 21 out front the way he is, still running sub 126 second lap times. So a great run so far here from Smalling. Let's jump around the field. What do you say? We try to find some battles out there. Let's go check out, see what's happening with the 83 of Brandon Medford. He's going to round out your top 8 position. Nathan Estep right behind him. You can see the Circle B diecast Chevy Silverado making his way back onto NASCAR 1 and 2 as well. Looking for some battles, and we've got gaps between everybody out here tonight. No real battles to speak of for the time being. We can take a little eyeball at the race leader, who was just able to put Guy Clem off of the lead lap, so Clem gonna fall even further in the running order. I believe that's gonna put Clem a second lap down here. So not just lapping the field, but lapping multiple drivers multiple times here tonight. Lights out pace with 18 to go here in the Woodard Automotive 100. The race leader, pole sitter, Thomas Smalling. These guys better hope there's not another road course on the schedule. If there is, I say we just go to the local bowling alley and we give the trophy to Smalling, because if he shows up, he gonna show out and he gonna walk away. Once again, absolutely dominating performance. No troubles to speak of for Smalling at the front of the field. A 14.8 second advantage. My gosh. And right when we talked about no battles really to speak of out there on the track, we're going to get another hot and heavy battle between these two drivers. They've seen each other all night long. Nathan Estep and Brandon Medford going at it once again. They're going to switch and swap that position back and forth amongst themselves, battling for the 8th and 9th position for the time being. And we've got a gap closing up a little bit further up in the running order. I tell you what, let's go to this one. Let's see what's going on here with that 23 of Parkhurst. There you can see Parkhurst beginning to feel a little bit of heat I don't want to call it a surprise, but where'd he come from? The Pro Cup Racing Experience Chevy Silverado, piloted by Spencer Teal, was running up inside of your top 5 in the first handful of laps, had some trouble, fell back in the running order, has since passed a handful of drivers and a handful of these trucks and walked away from them. And now Teal knocking on the door of a top 5 once again with 17 to go. This time by the 20, trying to close in. Cue the Jaws theme music because Teal is on the hunt. And with just 17 laps remaining, it's to no surprise fastest lap of the race here tonight, turned in by the man that was fastest in qualifying, fastest in happy hour. Thomas Smalling going to hold down that fast lap with a 1:23.23. Just about a second slower than his qualifying time, but still lights out for race pace. And he's going to run within 2 seconds. So these tires not really falling off as you may assume they would. Still a lot of speed out there in those Goodyear. Battle still underway between Parkhurst and Teal. 5th and 6th on the racetrack. Teal on the hunt. Parkhurst trying to keep himself inside of the top 5. Small battles beginning to develop inside of your top 3 positions. We'll go there here in just a moment, but first let's go back to this 2-truck battle. They've been at it all night long. If it was a fight over who was going to pay the dinner bill tab, we'd all be sitting here stuck with nowhere to go, not being able to leave because these 2 drivers just can't figure out who's going to run where. And a little bit of moment there for Medford. He's going to lose about a second, and that's going to end that battle. So let's jump up here with Troy Radford as he's got a driver closing in on him. That's Brandon Pamitat. Pamitat was running in that second position for a vast majority of the first portions of tonight's race. Had a little bit of trouble, fell through the field, back to around that 5th position, but now running in 4th and chasing down 3rd. Can Pamitat finish with a podium? We're going to keep it right here with this battle on the racetrack here. The Woodard Automotive 100 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. You're watching the Roval race number 6 with the 1776 Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. You can see the 94 get a little bit of a wiggle, getting back onto the gas, spinning the tires in the back end of the truck just a little bit, back through turn number 1. Heartburn turn. Doesn't catch anybody out here tonight so far. Everybody being able to get through turns 1 without any issues. We did have a lap 1 problem, but Radford saves it. We've seen multiple guys throw that one into that inside concrete barrier, but Radford Able to keep the truck underneath him, but that's going to allow the U.S. Air Force 48 of Brandon Pamitat to get right to his rear bumper. And I tell you what, why we've got this hot and heavy action, and we've got green flag pit stops again. Parkhurst, Teal, and Failer all come to pit road this latest time around. Let's jump on board and ride with Troy Radford, who's going to lose that position now heading into the backstretch chicane. Radford will fall to fourth, and your top four running right where they qualified. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like Radford beginning to struggle just a little bit as we continue to ride on board with him. You can see him kind of the sawing motions on the wheels through these corners. That's not how you stay quick at the road course. Radford, pretty quick here tonight, has run inside the top 5 all night long, except for the green flag pit cycle, but has since rejoined the top 5, ran all the way up in third at one moment, and now Radford sits back in fourth, slowly closing in on Brandon Pamitat, who is just past the 37 of Guy Clem. Clem off of the lead lap here tonight, is sitting back 2 laps down. Douglas Aki 3 laps down, and it gets a little bit worse from that point on. Brandon Pike listed in 17th, 4 laps down here tonight as well. And then from there on out, we've got retirements. Tyler Woodard going to walk away with 18th tonight. Juan Jimenez has trouble and calls it a day. The Toyota Tundra, the only Toyota in the field here tonight, lonely, and heads back to the party a little bit early. Jimenez going to finish in the 19th position as we've got Radford to pit road. He's going to follow both Chris Metford and Brandon Pamitat down to pit road as Thomas Smalling stays out on the track to continue to stretch his race lead. Let's go back here, take a look at this Circle B diecast. 55 of Nathan Eastep, there he is, rounding out your top 5 for the moment. Cody Giles with a good recovery here tonight. He's going to be listed in 6th for the time being. And man, I'm wondering, can Smalling lap the whole field? I mean, can he do it? I mean, that would be absurd. Don't get me wrong, but why not have a first? And Smalling going to pull the pit lane this time around for the second time here tonight. 55 of Nathan Eastep also going to peel to pit road. So we once had just 5 drivers on the lead lap. That's going to shake up just a little bit here. Chris Metford beginning to close back in on your race leader. Brandon Pamitat in 3rd with Troy Radford sitting in 4th. Nathan Eastep in 5th on pit road. Parkhurst going to take over that 5th position. So the 23 Chevy Silverado moves into the top 5. Spencer Teal going to be back running well. He's going to take over that 6th position, and let's go right here. We got 3 wide at the Roval, and oh, it did not work out. 3 wide into turn number, that would be turn number 3. In trouble for the 20 of Spencer Teal. A great night. That is gonna go a little bit sour here for Teal. I tell you what, let's go back. Let's take one more look at it here. We watched it unfold. The 23 down into the corner deep in some contact. There it is. There's that contact. Ooh, and the 34, I believe that may have been the 34. 84 of Tyler Rex, we apologize. Gets booted up the track a little bit and into the side of that Pro Cup Racing Experience. Number 20 of Spencer Teal, and Teal will begin to fall behind the 8 ball just a little bit. We'll get back live with the race leaders. After the green flag pit cycle exchange, look at this. 21 seconds out front is Thomas Smalling over Chris Medford, Brandon Pemitat, Troy Radford, and Spencer Teal. Rounding out your top 5, Mark Parkhurst right there within striking distance, looking to get himself into a top 5 position. How about Thad Failer? Failer in that iRacing lead calculator sponsored 42 machine with a great run here. And it looks like we're going to get proved wrong. He's got another different wrap on that truck here tonight. The second week in a row, he's going to run that Dutch Brothers Brewing Company wrap on that Chevy Silverado. It's a dominant bow tie field here tonight. Only one Ford out there running on the track. Brandon Pike sitting back in 17th, listed 4 laps down. So a tough break. And Spencer Teal with some more trouble. He's going to kick that thing sideways through the corner. And he's going to give up a ton of ground now. Teal going to fall through the running order. And here comes the 42. 42 all over him at the top of the racetrack. He's going to take that position away. We've got 10 to go. There's Parkhurst lurking in the background. Can he get to Spencer Teal? Thad Failer going to take over the final spot inside the top 5, and your top 4 still right where they qualified. Smalling leads Medford, Pemitat, and Radford back to Teal. Battle on the track is for that final spot inside of the top 5. Spencer Teal and Thad Failer still going at it lap after lap. They're unable to shake each other for the moment. Dustin Franklin has an off-track incident. Mark Parkhurst with a problem as well. So the 23 may be in danger of losing that solid run here tonight. I can't get over this. This guy right here, man, just insane pace. That's all there is to it. Just absolutely insane pace. Thomas Smalling has been able to get up through the gears on the gas as we've been clean and green all night long here tonight at the Roval in the Woodard Automotive 100. Smalling dropped the hammer, never looked back. He leads tonight's race by 21.5 seconds. You can see it on the track map over there. Race leader just about ready to make his way onto NASCAR number 1. You can see all the way back to the left-hand side of this big carousel on the infield section of the course. The 46 just making his way there as the 21 heads off of turn 2. And what was going good has gone sour. Spencer Teal with some trouble. Gonna take a look at that Pro Cup Racing Experience number 20. You can see some heavy damage on the left driver's side, heavy damage on the right side. The front end has seen better days. A little bit of a demolition man look out there tonight for Spencer Teal. Was running very well, qualified inside the top 5, but it has not worked out for him. He's going to be looking at it, trying to just hold on to a solid top 10 finish, as he's got the 47 of Dustin Franklin all over him. Actually, that's the 46. That's Chris Medford. We thought that was the 47 of Dustin Franklin, but he's got a little bit of gap and a little bit of distance back to Franklin. Medford going to make his way around, trying to see if he can't close in on Smalling, but 21 and a half, 25 seconds now in total in front. You're not making that up in 7 laps. I don't know that you're making that up in 17 laps. Dominant, lights out performance tonight by this 21 truck. And I don't know what they're feeding this guy for road courses, but there's a handful that may be looking for that menu after tonight's race. Ooh, up on the turtles there. And still pushing it. It's not like this 21 has let off in, oh my gosh, this late into the run, and he's going to lay down the fastest lap of the race, not just for himself, but overall smashing the pace now. A 1:23.17 is the fast time here in race trim for that 21 of Thomas Smalling, and he's going to leave us with just 4 drivers left on the lead lap as we close in on lap number 40. This time around, we'll have just 5 laps remaining here in the Woodward Automotive 100. Live from the Roval, you're watching the Colonial Clash Racing Series, season number 3. You know, the more that we think about this here for Smalling, this could be one of the biggest blessings in disguise for him and this 21 crew. Everybody back in the Truck Series garage with this 21. Winning you're in kind of situation here in the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Got to meet a handful of other requirements to make that hold true. But Smalling able to get to victory lane here tonight. That can allow him to begin to focus in on the postseason. Just have some solid finishes, some solid top 15s from here on out, and he'll find himself with an opportunity to race for a championship with bonus points in his back pocket. So the Pro Cup Racing Experience 21 of Thomas Smalling looking to have a great run through the second portion of the regular season and into the postseason. He's going to walk away with the checkered flag unless he blows this engine up here or somehow miscalculated on the fuel mileage. 21 class of the field here tonight from the Roval. Let's jump back to a battle on track. Thad Failer, Cody Giles going at it. That's going to be for the final spot inside the top 5. Failer has it. Giles wants it. The 7 going to go down to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll pull even with each other, and Giles going to take that inside line into the NASCAR chicane on the front stretch, and Giles going to pull straight away. 4 laps now remaining here tonight in the Woodward Automotive 100 right here from Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Queen City, the beast of the Southeast. The Roval, baby. That's right. If you haven't been, I suggest you get here. I suggest you get the high seats. When you get there and you look down, you're probably gonna go, whoa. But it is absolutely some of the best seatings in the house. You can almost just look over your shoulder and take a look at the spotters in action. That's how high up I'm talking about sitting. You see those boxes way up there? Well, there's seats that are even higher. Absolutely phenomenal view of the track. If you haven't been to the Roval, you gotta get there. Even if you're not a fan of road course racing, I promise you, you go watch the Roval. You're gonna like road course racing by the end of it. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee you've liked tonight's racing action here from the Roval Charlotte Motor Speedway. So while we got you, while you're here, you know you want to, you know you need to. Let's go ahead and continue that road to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop the thumbs up. Click subscribe. You know the drill. Smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you slide by, not sliding around or sliding by anybody. He's been hooked up all night. Your race leader, Thomas Smalling, almost now a 30-second advantage. He has got fourth place runner Troy Radford more than a half a lap down. That is, as we've said multiple times already, that is ludicrous speed. Ludicrous speed. I tell you what, you want to go faster than ludicrous, you got to go plaid. If you know the movies, you know, and we'll move on. Smalling back across the line. Popsicle stick's going to go on display for your race leader. He's going to make his way around the infield and come around and get the white flag. The one lap to go here tonight. Final lap next time around for Smalling. He's got just a little over 4.5 miles to go. Not quite 5 miles around the track. Just a little over. Well, he's probably got about right at about 4 miles at this point in time. But closing in on the back end of that 66 of John Garrett. When's the last time we've said John Garrett one lap down? Now, with that being said, I want you to write this down. John Garrett almost 2 laps down here tonight from the Roval. And depending on how Smalling feels, is whether or not that 66 is going to end up a second lap down. And just like that, he's not going to be able to do anything about it. John Garrett going to fall a second lap down here as the 21 hits those turtle shells. White flag flies. Final lap here tonight in the Woodard Automotive 100 from the Roval at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coming around through the final corners. Will we have a little fun on this last lap? We're going to stay right here and take a look at our race leader. He may decide to have a little fun coming through a handful of these corners. He may drift it around just a little bit for some of the fans in the stands. Yet another sold-out packed house here for the 1776 Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series. You're watching race number 6, season number 3, and it looks like we're going to have another new race winner. 5. This will make 5 different race winners in the first 6 races. I don't think anybody's seen this many different drivers going to victory lane this early. Those playoff positions are going to begin to fill up mighty fast, and drivers going to be eyeballing a must-win in situation as we get closer to the halfway point in the regular season through the final 2 corners. And here we go. Coming to take the checkered flag here tonight, sliding sideways across the line, checkered flag in hand. Walking away with the race, win the checkered flag, the pole position, the fastest lap of the race. Most laps led because he led them all. Pole position, fastest time in happy hour. What do you want? He's got it all, I promise you. The 21, absolutely dominating performance here tonight. Christopher Medford going to walk away in second with Brendan Pamitat finishing out your podium drivers here tonight. So a great job to all your podium drivers. Troy Radford, big shout out to Troy Radford, the Lucky Finn Project driver, last driver on the lead lap. And that's a That's an accomplishment all unto itself, considering the just pure raw pace and speed out of the 21 of Smalling all night long. Great run for him and his crew. So as he brings it back to the front stretch and to the attention of some of these fans, he's going to give them a little bit of a smoke show, and we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Head back trackside for your national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside, the conclusion of tonight's Winter Automotive 100 from the Roval, walking away with the race win. First win of the season for him. Dominating performance, dominating fashion here tonight. Let's see if we can catch a quick word with the celebrating driver inside of that 21 machine. Thomas, it's Dave. You got us?
I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations on the checkered flag, first and foremost, but last week, a podium position, you warned them that you liked the oval, or the Roval, I should say. and you came out, showed up, showed out, and waxed the field. How good does that feel to kind of pull a Babe Ruth here in the Truck Series?
Yeah, it definitely feels good, especially after that P3 last week. So hopefully we can continue this momentum. But yeah, I don't know what happened to get this quick. I realized I was 1.3 seconds ahead in qualifying, but wow, it's fast today.
So, being that you were so fast and you were just that far in front of the competition, was there any point tonight where maybe you decided to back it down, or did you just stay up on the wheel the entire night?
No, I was driving it like it was the last lap every lap, trying to get the most out of it because anything could have happened. So yeah, trying to go as fast as possible every lap.
Yeah, absolutely. You drove it like you stole it, and you parked it in victory lane this week. So once again, congratulations on last week's podium. Backing it up with a first place here tonight, you punched a ticket to the postseason. So with all that to soak in and all the celebrations yet to be had here tonight with the race win, Thomas, congratulations from everybody over here. And before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, actually, I'm running a new car today with all the sponsors on there. So I got to thank you to JST Racing, the Pro Cup Racing Experience, Woodard Automotive, and Circle B Diecast for being on the car today.
All right, my man. Well, again, Thomas, congratulations on an absolute lightning uh, night. Just dominant all around, man. Job well done. I don't know that we've ever seen a dominant performance like the one you displayed here tonight. So, congratulations. Enjoy this race win, and I'll let you get back to celebrate.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. That's your race winner here tonight, Thomas Smalling. He put it on the field and put it on the field in a big way. And we're going to jump right in to another podium driver here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words real quick. Let's run down the grid. Let's see if we can't catch up with the third place finisher here tonight, Brendan Pamitat. It's David the Booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you, my man?
Feeling pretty good after a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough start there to the season for you, but tonight turning things around. You're going to walk away with a podium here tonight. You were up inside the top five pretty much all race long. You had one moment where I think you cycled back to about seventh position or so, maybe, and ran back up to that podium spot. Walk us through a little bit of your race, and did you ever get in a uh-oh moment?
Yeah, definitely. We had that going all the way back to the start. We had a great start. Got up to second, ran second there for a bit, and made a few mistakes early on, just trying to, get adapted to race pace. And Chris ended up passing us somewhat early on in the first set of pit cycles, and we ran pretty much third up until just about the lap before we planned to pit, and ended up wheel hopping into the back chicane and turning it sideways into the entry of that corner. So that was the first uh-oh moment, and then pretty much ran around third and fourth for the rest of the pit cycles. And there was one point where just blew the last chicane and got to slow down for it. But other than that, we ran really hard. Averaged pretty good time, what I think. Tom he clocked out early. Chris, I thought we had a chance towards the end pitting, but I guess he pit on the same time as us, and I was able to run Troy down, so we were able to do that. But definitely some really close racing within the top four guys. We were all pretty quick tonight compared to the rest of the field, which is odd to see. And I guess going a road course, it's a lot different. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, man, another solid performance for you tonight. To be as young as you are, you race like a veteran. A lot of patience inside of that 48 machine. We know we've got a lot of great finishes for you coming up here in these next few weeks. So before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, definitely. I want to thank, Fort Worth Screen Printing Esports and Fort Worth Screen Printing. Not possible without them, what we do here, not only on it, but also off the track. I want to thank you, Dave, for the broadcast every week. And I want to thank the Colonial Clash Racing Series for being one of the best leagues out there that we run. Everyone, clean racing, enjoyable racing. Definitely a tough competition this season compared to last season with the addition of a few guys. So it keeps you on your toes, and I look forward to next week.
Absolutely. Well, Brandon, again, congratulations on the podium finish, and we'll look to catch up with you trackside next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
All right, well, there you go. Final few parting words from Brandon Pamitat, the 20-year-old, going to walk away with a podium here tonight, looking to try to string together a couple of good finishes and waltz his way in the postseason. We're just around the corner from the halfway point, and Pamitat going to slot in. And yet another podium finish this season. The 48 walks away in third. That's going to lead us to the man that finished just in front of him. Let's see if we can't grab him for a quick word before he heads off to the hospitality area. Let's see if we can grab Medford for a moment. Chris, it's Dave. You got us?
I got you, Dave. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, my man. Thanks for hanging out and waiting for us to give us this post-race interview. Congratulations on a great race here tonight. Walking away with yet another podium finish. How do you just keep stringing these podiums together?
Luck. I mean,
It's
what it
not
is.
that easy of an answer. Come on.
No, it really is. So Troy and I put in a lot of practice. Well, I guess you say a lot of practice this week. Really just try not to wheel hop. Like me and him was saying, if you can control the wheel hop, you can control your corners a lot better. So uh, I got a brake bias I was liking. Obviously, it wasn't Thomas fast, but it was enough to keep me on the track.
Yeah, I mean, no offense, Chris. You know I love you, man. Nobody was Thomas Fast. I mean, I think he had Superman beat out there tonight. That guy was gone. But another podium finish for you and your 46 crew. I mean, you come into tonight's race leading the point standings, a second place finish tonight. You're going to walk out of here with, I believe, a little bit bigger of a points lead. So what do you do from here? How are you moving forward from here? Is it all about race wins? Is it about trying to pad the pocket with postseason points? What's the strategy for you and your 46 crew?
Well, it's all about having fun. Um, that's why I came on a vacation, and I finally realized, okay, I need to start having some fun while I'm doing these things. And I would say I slowed down, but I actually picked up a couple more league races. So starting to have a little more fun again. The vacation break was definitely what I needed. So me and Troy actually met in Tennessee, and had some vacation days together. So it was pretty cool. Um, but now just having fun, enjoying it, and respecting the guys around you. I know I got into Tyler X a little bit earlier. I had to apologize to him over the radio. We was going to the backstretch chicane, and while you're braking, you really can't turn where our brake bias was at, and I just flat ran over him. So another apologies to Tyler. He made huge gains. When we was practicing the first time, he was running, I think, like a minute 39, and then you see, tonight he's running, you know, mid to high, minute 20. So he uh, he definitely done a big jump on things. It's a Pamitat. He came out of nowhere. His practice he wasn't really much there. Qualifying was there, but the race he was fast, and I had to keep him on his toes. And luckily, a lap car got in the way, and I can get around him. So he had a heck of a run as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of good drivers with some great races here tonight. But you another great race in the bag. You know the drill, you know the rundown. So we're gonna be quiet here, and Mike's yours.
I thank you, Dave, for the broadcast. I know I'll probably watch it today or tomorrow. Congrats to Thomas on the lonely race he's on in the race. So the dude was just wicked fast. I mean, we had nothing for him. I don't think anybody did. But the top three had a good battle, or say second through fourth had a good little battle going on. Shout out to Pamitat for a hell of a race. All the admins for the league. And like Pamitat said, this league's a really good league. There's a lot of good racers. There's a lot of respect in this league. So that's something that's pretty awesome. Thanks sponsors, Racer Riley, Zoe's Place. Shout out for Troy for a great run. Brandon and Doug, they didn't practice all week. They was been busy with other things, and they had a really good, decent run. You know, also I'll say this again: we're having a charity race for Zoe's Place and Elle's Place. Um, please get a hold of Brandon Mefford, Douglas Wasaki, or Tyler Hilton, and we can get you guys all set up.
All right, well, Chris, again, congratulations on a great run. A pleasure as always, and I'm sure we'll catch up in a post race interview again before the season's out. So, again, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Let's hope so, Dave. You take it easy.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words from the 46. Chris Metford gonna walk away in second here tonight, and that will do it for the post-race show. And what a night it was here tonight from the Roval. 45 laps of great road course racing action. And as the producers hit the buttons in the background, you know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the checkered flag for the first time here tonight in Victory Lane. Babe Ruth style, calling it out last week. Thomas Smalling gonna walk away with the checkered flag. He finishes in first with Chris Metford. Right behind in second, Brandon Pamitat rounds out your top three drivers here tonight from the Roval. The 94 of Troy Radford gonna finish in fourth with Cody Giles, rounding out your top five. Nathan Estep, Thad Failer, and Mark Parkhurst back in eighth. Brandon Metford gonna finish in ninth. Spencer Teal gonna park that 20 machine in the 10th position. 47 of Dustin Franklin gonna finish 11th. 12th tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Roval. John Garrett, John G right behind him in 13th. Tyler Rex back in 14th. 37 of Guy Clem gonna finish out tonight in 15th position. Douglas Saki gonna finish tonight's Woodard Automotive 100 in the 16th position. 17th belongs to Brandon Pike with Tyler Woodard walking away 18th. 19th here tonight in race number 6 belongs to the 22 of Juan Jimenez. Bryce Booper gonna finish back in 20th. James Oot will round out your 21 truck field here tonight. Anthony Thurber never making it to the starting grid. Trouble with the engine is what we got word of about halfway through tonight's race. So Thurber will walk away with final place points. What a night. What an evening. We're going to begin to roll up the cords and cut off the lights and get ready for next week's great racing action. If you haven't already, race fans out there in TV land, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. With that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.